What's up, guys? DC's RC's back with a video. I know it's been a long while since I've posted anything, but I'm gonna do a build breakdown on my newest 24 that I got for Christmas from my wife. She was an angel enough to bless me with the 4Runner. I've been eyeing up a hard body with some detail like this for a while, and I really like the gray coloring. The orange isn't too bad, but this is much nicer. I did go ahead and switch the body to my INJORA LCG chassis that I've been building and running for a long time. It was originally under my C10 Yoshi build that has been a big part of my Instagram and a couple of my shorts. But I wanted to bring this body onto the chassis for a nice blend of performance and scale look. So if I don't have to chop the body up, I don't want to. But I want to give you guys a bit of a breakdown of what I got going on. And it's just the stock body that I did remove the Proline bumper, and I put it on my C10 actually. And I'll make another video on that one later. But I'm going to be modifying, I believe this is the bumper that came with the deadbolt that's back there. But if I cut out a little section here, it'll slide in past the front clip for the body, and then it'll cover up this bracket system that's just sitting in there in the way. Looks kind of ugly the way it sits right now. But yeah, let's see what we got inside. So as you probably just saw, I don't have a servo. I had just an INJORA like cheap servo in there, and when I was running it on the course, it snapped that bracket right there. The gears didn't strip or nothing. The actual servo mount itself broke. Not the servo mount, but the servo like wing that the bolt goes through. That snapped. So waiting on a better one. Probably going to go with a MEUS or a MOFO or something like that. But I got the MOFO brass servo mount already. Got that in the MOFO mystery box. Shout out MOFO. While we're on the topic of MOFO, I'll just jump right over to my MOFO ROP Revenge of the Pancake brushless motor with the MOFO RC brushless motor mount, mocked up to a stock SCX24 transmission. But before I get carried away, go back to the front end. As you can see, I got my battery strapped up here. This is actually how I mounted my C10. I just velcroed it to the top of the body because it sat perfectly over the battery. But I'm leaving the battery placement here. The body clips with this front clip here. It actually works out just perfect. So I'm gonna leave this up here for the front weight bias because it definitely helps to have the battery at the front most end of your truck. Keeps the shocks down a bit too. Help it from unloading when doing those gnarly climbs. Yeah, as you can see, it's the INJORA LCG chassis, carbon fiber. This is from a couple years ago. I think they might have a newer one out that's like a bit of a different mock-up. But I made this one work. I got the INJORA skids that I put on upside down. I mean, I believe they're supposed to be the other way, but I did it so that it would tuck into the body nicer and higher and give more clearance, because these things are nice and sharp. I feel like they would get caught if they were sticking out the other way. RockWolf ESC, I thought I mentioned that, but I don't think I did, to pair with Revenge of the Pancake. And the MEUS micro receiver here. It's got these weird little connectors that plug into like the normal 3-pin connectors, and then they got these special, like almost like the battery plugs, but I think they're a little bit different. Either way, it's been a wicked remote and transmitter receiver combo. Cheap on Amazon. It was like 50-60 bucks, and you can hold like a bunch of different cars on it, so it's definitely nice to get rid of all the remotes that you start to collect here. Gotta do some more wiring management, because once I'm really happy with everything, I'm going to tie it all down and make it look a little nicer in there. But yeah, that's pretty much the guts of it. Just an INJORA flippable skid plate with the INJORA high clearance links. again, this chassis was under my Yoshi C10 build, so it was like going for the green look. I like the red skid plate because it was just Christmas time, gave it that Christmas look. And these INJORA Planet axles are by far my favorite. I'd say cheaper aftermarket axle. Like, they're not cheap, they're $100 for the pair. But you know, the MEUS, I'm in Canada, and so what I do have available is harder to get. Pay a little bit more for shipping and taxes and duty fees like that. Like, I think the MEUS axles come to like $130. Yeah, but these are beautiful. The way that they're made, amazing. The pumpkin style really helps you slide over stuff. They're 4mm. I believe these are the 4mm extended drive shafts, which I actually run on most of my 24s. If I just take the drive shafts and put the 4mm extended ones on or what have you, but these come with it built into the axle itself, so it's pretty cool. And they got nice weight. Like, this thing weighs probably twice as much as my pretty much stock build, and as you can see, if I just try to pick it up, it's definitely got a lot front weight bias. I believe it's at 60/40. I'm gonna reweigh it again. It was 60/40 with my Yoshi build, but with this body it might be a bit different. But to help keep it planted, I got it on these INJORA brass bead locks. It's almost like a gunmetal finish, and have those wrapped in these 58x24s. Yeah, 58x24 all-terrain crawler tires by INJORA. I've had a few of these tires. They grip really well on the rocks that I go crawl on the creek with, and I really like the 24 width. It gives it that like beefy stance. But yeah. Oh, I forgot to mention my shocks. My bad. Those are the INJORA oil-filled big bore shocks. I have them with just the springs they come with. I believe it's the softest springs. But yeah, it's nice, man. When it's all dialed in there, it's nice. Day and night compared to the just friction damp shocks. That's what I've had for a long time, but these things are a game changer, man. So yeah, that's pretty much the build breakdown of the 24 4Runner. I'm gonna include some clips after this of it running here, hopefully outside if weather's permitting. If not, I got a crawler course on the go for my SCX30 that I'm gonna try to finish up here in the next couple days. And there's actually a really wicked hard line that I made without even realizing that I made for my 24s, and this is the only build that was able to make it up it. So get that servo and get it up and running for you guys again.